Hello there. Have you ever thought, why do we have the moon? Imagine a long time ago, actually 4.5 billion years ago, when our Earth was still young, there was a big crash in space. A giant rock about the size of a planet called Mars bumped into Earth with a tremendous bang. This crash sent lots of stuff flying into space. But from all that flying debris, something amazing happened. Over time, the bits and pieces came together like building blocks, forming a big round rock. And that round rock is what we call the moon. The moon has been with us ever since. It's like Earth's little buddy, always tagging along as we journey through space. It helps us by making sure the oceans move in just the right way, creating tides, and when we look up at night, it's there, glowing in the sky, sometimes big and bright, and other times just a silver. So we have the moon because of a big space crash long ago, and it's been a special part of our Earth ever since. What is the moon's surface like? The moon's surface is like a big rocky playground. When you look up at the moon, you might see those dark spots and bright areas. The dark spots are called Maria, which is just a fancy word for the seas. But don't worry, they are not really filled with water like our oceans. They are actually smooth plains formed by ancient volcanic eruptions. And those bright areas? They are like moon's highlands, full of mountains and craters. Craters are like big dents in the ground caused by rocks crashing into the moon long ago. Some are really huge and others are tiny, just like the potholes you might see in the road. So, when astronauts land on the moon, they hop around on this rocky playground, exploring all the different features from the smooth Maria to bumpy highlands. It's like a whole world right next to ours. What would have happened if we were moonless? If Earth did not have a moon, things would be a bit different. You know how we have tides in the ocean where the water goes in and out? Well, without the moon, those tides wouldn't be as strong. The moon's gravity pulls on the ocean, making the water move. Also, our nights would be much darker. The moon reflects sunlight, so it helps light up the sky at night. Without it, our nights would be a lot darker, like when you turn off all the lights in your room. But one of the biggest changes would be in the sky. You see, the moon helps stabilize Earth's orbit. Without it, our planet might wobble more, which could change our climate and make things a bit less predictable. So, while life on Earth would still be possible without a moon, it would be a bit different. We would miss that bright light in the sky at night and the way it helps keep things in balance here on Earth. Why can't we see the other side of the moon? Have you ever noticed that no matter how much you look at the moon, it always shows us the same face. That's because the moon is tidally locked with Earth, which means one side of the moon always faces us, the other side is always hidden. Think of it like a dance partner who never turns around. Just as Earth pulls on the moon with its gravity, the moon pulls on Earth. Over time, this pulling caused the moon to slow down until it stopped spinning on its own axis. So, now one side always faces us and the other side stays hidden. But even though we can't see the other side of the moon from Earth, astronauts have been there. They traveled around the moon and saw the hidden side up close. It's like discovering a secret part of our cosmic neighbor. What causes the moon to shine? The moon shines because it reflects sunlight. Just like a big mirror in the sky, the moon bounces back sunlight that hits its surface. That's why sometimes it looks so bright at night, especially when it's full. You see, the sun is always shining, even when it is night time for us on Earth. So when the sun's light hit the moon, it makes the moon glow and light up our night sky. It's like the moon is borrowing some light from the sun to help us see in the dark. So, next time you look at the moon, remember that it's just reflecting the sunlight, making it shine and brightening up our nighttime adventures. What is lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse is like a big space show where the Earth, the Moon and the Sun line up in a special way. Imagine you are playing a game of hide and seek with your friends, but instead of hiding behind the trees, the Earth is hiding the Moon from the Sun. You see, normally the Sun shines on the Moon, lighting it up and making it bright in our night sky. But during a lunar eclipse, the Earth moves in between the Sun and the Moon, blocking some or all of the sunlight from reaching the Moon. When this happens, the Moon can look different colors. Sometimes it turns a deep red or orange, or other times it might look darker or even disappear for a while. But don't worry, it's not scary. It's just a natural and super cool event in space that happens every once in a while. So next time you hear about a lunar eclipse, go outside and check it out. It's like watching a magical show play in the sky. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the moon looks really big and bright in the sky? Well, that's because of something called the moon illusion. You see, even though the moon stays the same size all the time, it can appear bigger when it's near the horizon. Imagine you are looking down a long hallway. Things at the end of the hallway look smaller than things up close, right? It is like that with the moon. When the moon is low in the sky, your brain compares it to things like trees, buildings, or mountains. Because the moon is so far away, your brain thinks it must be really huge to look so big next to those things. But when the moon is high in the sky, there is nothing nearby to compare it to, so it looks smaller. It's like when you hold a toy close to your face, it looks big, but when you hold it far away, it looks small. So, Even though the moon always stays the same size, it can trick our brains into thinking it's bigger when it's low in the sky. It's just one of the amazing things about how we see the world around us. Who owns the moon? No one owns the moon. It's not like a toy or a piece of land that someone can claim as theirs. The moon belongs to everyone on earth, just like the sky and the stars. Even though astronauts have visited the moon and left footprints there, they didn't claim it as their own. They were just exploring, like adventurers discovering new places. So you can think of moon as big, beautiful neighbor in space that we all share and admire together. It's a special part of our universe that belongs to everyone, and we can all enjoy its beauty and wonder.
In summary, long ago, about 4.5 billion years ago, there was a big crash in space. A giant rock bumped into Earth, sending debris flying. Over time, the debris came together to form the moon. The moon has been with us since then, making tides and lighting up our nights. Its surface is rocky with dark spots called maria and bright areas like highlands. Without the moon, tides would be weaker, nights darker, and Earth's climate less stable. The moon always shows us the same face because it's tidally locked with Earth. It shines by reflecting sunlight and can look bigger near the horizon due to an illusion. No one owns the moon. It belongs to everyone as a shared wonder of the universe.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, please like and share. For more such videos, please subscribe to Why with BrainyBees.